How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. How to know you're dealing with a narcissist. That is the title of this video. Hey, if you are in a relationship with a narcissist, you are in trouble. You are in deep, deep trouble. If you find yourself in a relationship with someone who is constantly putting themselves first, that is me attitude, then you're in trouble. If you're in a relationship with someone who constantly never apologizes, someone who's always making you feel like you're not good enough, chances are that you're dealing with a narcissist. Dealing with a narcissist is very exhausting, and it has serious consequences emotionally, mentally, and physically. So, if you are in a relationship with a narcissist over a long period of time, then you need to know clearly what are these red flags that you're in a relationship with a narcissist. Because narcissists are very difficult people. They're notoriously difficult to deal with because they're master manipulators. Narcissism describes someone who's vain, someone who's full of themselves, someone who has this inflated image of themselves, because this helps them avoid intense feelings of insecurity. So, narcissism is a mental condition characterized by a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, an inflated ego, and a lack of empathy for others. Behind the mask of self-assurance that narcissists have, there lies a fragile self-esteem that is damaged by even the slightest criticism. When you criticize the narcissist, you damage them. Another thing about narcissism, it falls under spectrum. We have those on the higher end of the spectrum and those on the lower end of the spectrum. When we talk about narcissistic personality disorder, most of the time we are referring to those on the higher end of the spectrum. So this narcissism, this mental health condition, causes significant issues in many areas of our lives, including work, relationships, our finances, our academics, that is school work, So people with narcissism, they think they are more special than others. They want special attention. They feel they deserve favors. And when they don't get that special attention, they become disappointed. They become very unhappy when they do not receive attention and favors from others. They feel unfulfilled. They feel unfulfilled also in relationships, while the people in their life might not enjoy being around them. Being around a narcissist is a tough job. It is very stressful. Everybody has some narcissism in them. Everybody will show occasional narcissistic behavior. But genuine narcissists, they don't care about the feelings of those around them. Narcissists are difficult to deal with, and they can leave you feeling drained and frustrated. So you need to know the indicators that can help you protect yourself and make things a little easier. So if you're dealing with a narcissist, then you need to make sure that you know all the signs of a narcissist. Because narcissistic personality disorder is a clinically diagnosed personality disorder which is characterized by grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy towards other people. So when determining whether someone is a narcissist, most people make it more complicated than it needs to be. For me, I think that if something quacks like a duck, then it probably is a duck. That is what we call the duck test. And that's why we need to know the red flags of a narcissist. In short, there are no physical blood tests. There are no MRIs. There are no exact determinations that can identify narcissism. You only need to observe, traits and behaviors to know if someone is a narcissist. Even therapists, they focus on observations of the behavior and attitudes that a person presents. So in this video, I'm gonna give you many traits and behaviors that are signs of narcissists. And one thing about narcissism, according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, which therapists use as a guide, a person needs to exhibit only 55% of the identified characteristics to be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. According to that Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, DSM-5, a person with narcissistic personality disorder demonstrates a pattern of grandiosity. That is, they act as if they are better than others. They have a need for admiration. They have this pervasive lack of empathy, which will be present in various relationships and contexts. So there are many signs of a narcissist. But according to the DSM-5, that is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, a person must meet at least 5 of the criteria that I'm going to give you right now to be able to be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. So the criteria, the list I'm giving you, it's 9 signs of a narcissist, and a person needs only 5 to be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. The first one is grandiosity. That is an inflated sense of self, achievements, and talents, which are exaggerated or lied about. And they expect special treatment from others, despite how poorly they treat others. Number 2, that person is preoccupied with fantasies of success, of power, of beauty, and of attractiveness. Number 3, that person they operate upon the belief that they are unique, that they are superior, and they should only be associated with other high-status people and institutions. Number 4, they are exploitative of their relationships, and they take advantage of others for personal gain. Number 5, they have an excessive need for admiration from others. Number 6, they have no empathy for the hurt that they have caused others, resulting in continued and repeat behaviors for the purpose of continuing to hold on to their victims. They are unwilling to empathize, and they identify with the wants and needs of other people. Number 7, these people are entitled, and they expect that others treat them specially, despite the harm that they have caused others, and they have unreasonable expectations of how others should treat them. There is an expectation that others will obey them, and this falls in line with their vision of themselves. Number 8, this person significantly is envious of others, and they believe that people are envious of them. And finally, number 9, this person is arrogant, demeaning, and belittle others via verbal abuse and mental manipulation. Now, for someone to be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, according to DSM-5, they must meet at least 5 of these criteria that I've mentioned. Now, more signs and symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder to watch for. More signs of narcissism. You have to look for short-term relationships in their past. A narcissist has these short-term relationships in their past. They are so focused on themselves. People with narcissism, they tend to have very short relationships. They look for partners who will reinforce their sense of self-worth. And this can be unsatisfactory to the other person. And this leads to a lot of short-term relationships. When you talk about sense of self-worth, it can be expressed through infidelity. A narcissist will look for someone else who can focus on taking care of their needs, implying that their current partner cannot. So, the other way of identifying a narcissist, the other traits of a narcissist, these are people who are self-concerned. They are very self-centered. They are self-conscious. And their self-consciousness is disproportionate. They have this extreme sensitivity to negative feedback or criticism. They have significant need for approval from others due to inadequacies that are real or imagined. Narcissists have poor self-esteem, which it's often expressed through self-deprivation or arrogance. Narcissists have difficulties within most relationships. They are very intolerant for imperfections in others. They oftenly idealize others that represent perfection followed by devaluing that very person when they are perceived to have failed them. Narcissists have this preoccupation with outward appearance, that is, beauty, wealth, fame, success over morals, virtue, or even integrity. Narcissists have this poor emotional regulation, aggressive, impulsive, psychologically fragile. They are very fragile psychologically. They are vain, they are self-righteous, and they are prideful. They lack remorse. They lack compassion. They lack empathy for others. A narcissist is only happy when the limelight is firmly on them. Whether it's focusing the conversation on themselves, they make sure they look perfect, or they create drama. Narcissists, in short, they're only happy when that limelight is firmly on them. And they think they are perfect, they are always right. And this affects their victim's confidence and esteem, because the victim of the narcissist will always feel that they are wrong. If they ever question anything, the narcissist will gaslight their victims through their many manipulative tactics, such as lying. They will distort events to fit their truth. Narcissists feel special and special than others. They feel they are more important than others. They feel they are above others. They expect those around them to agree and comply with their demands. They have this sense of self-entitlement. They feel they are more special and above others. Narcissists, one thing about them, you will always see some change in their behavior. How is that so? When you are in a relationship with a narcissist, or relationships with narcissists, they start off very well. Because narcissists at the beginning, they are very friendly, they are very confident. They have many ways of showing that they are similar to their victims. You will think that they are very listening. But with time, they change. That pleasant demeanor that narcissists have may vanish within no time. The other thing about narcissists, they are quick to criticize others, and they always demand high standards. They may regularly overpromise and underdeliver, and they see no fault in that. If you challenge the narcissist on this behavior, they will attack you so that they can maintain and retain their perfect persona, and they will discourage the victim from challenging them again. Again, something with the narcissist, they want to be in control. Control is the cornerstone of the narcissist. It is at the heart of what a narcissist does, and it gives them all the power. They want to control you. They want to control everything about you. They want to control your environment. They will want to dictate everything about you, from what you wear, from what your children wear. They will want to make all decisions in your life. They will want to isolate you from others. Now, narcissists are people whose mood keeps changing. They can be charming publicly and very abusive behind closed doors. That's how narcissists are. They can be so friendly and charming. But when people are not seeing, they show their true color, right? One thing about narcissists, look at their appearance. They have a high value on their outward appearance. They use their appearance to promote their status. Narcissists will spend a lot of time working on their appearance, such as styling their hair, choosing the kind of cloth to put on. And the clothing that narcissists put on is most of the time flashy. It's very expensive. And if it's about women who are narcissists, you'll find them wearing so much makeup and they'll also always try to show off their cleavage. So if you suspect someone might be a narcissist, then look at how they present themselves outwardly. Many people, many narcissists, they will draw you in at first because they are trying to make a good first impression. But later on they change. Narcissists are self-centered and they are hardly empathetic. They are rarely empathetic. They are very, very self-centered. They are very focused on their own needs and issues. And they are rarely empathetic to the needs of others. If you want to spot a narcissist, examine the people around the narcissist. They like to keep focus on themselves. So they will surround themselves with people who will mirror the narcissist behavior. People surrounding a narcissist will always try to inflate the narcissist's feelings of superiority. They will not challenge the narcissist. They will not challenge the narcissist at all costs. Now, narcissists, they maintain relationships only when that person increases the narcissist's self-importance. Because to a narcissist, relationships are based on how well others satisfy their needs. Narcissists maintain relationships only when that other person increases their sense of self-importance or provides them with what they need. And that's why a narcissist can quickly drop a long-term relationship if they are disappointed. And they can also quickly and easily pick it up again when they think that relationship suits their needs. One thing about narcissists, at the beginning, they were very charming at first. They are very charismatic at first. If you are in a relationship with a narcissist, you'll notice that. You will believe them that they're sweet, they're kind, they're warm. But later on, you will discover their true personality. Narcissists, at the beginning of relationships, they often see their partners as extensions of themselves, but they lose interest with time. They always love talking about themselves in conversations. Remember, narcissists have an inflated sense of self-importance. They exaggerate their achievements. And this behavior stems from that desire to be seen as superior. Narcissists will often talk about their accomplishments with grandiosity to mask their true feelings of insecurity. When you talk about a narcissist, you will notice a grandiose sense of self-importance. Narcissist keeps the focus on themselves and their accomplishments. Narcissists will expect to be recognized as very important, as influential, as superior, even if their accomplishments do not necessarily warrant it. A narcissist will try to exaggerate their accomplishments. They will try to make themselves look like the most important person in every conversation. These exaggerations does not mean the narcissist is successful. If a narcissist fails at doing something, they will give excuses. They will give explanations for why they never succeeded. Narcissists never admit mistakes. It is never their fault. So if they fail, don't expect the narcissist to be accountable, to take responsibility. There will always be someone or something else that will always be the fault. And again, they lack empathy. That is, they have this inability to feel how another person is feeling. That is one common sign of all narcissists. They find it very or extremely difficult to understand the perspective of others. Narcissists lack the ability to make you feel validated, to make you feel understood, to make you feel accepted. They don't care if you've had a bad day, if you're unwell. They will easily get bored when you try to express things that have upset you. Again, narcissists are master manipulators. They love manipulating and controlling others. If you come across a narcissist, you will find out that they will try to please you, and they'll quickly find ways to put their own needs first. With narcissists, it's always about their own needs first. Narcissists will always try to control you. They will exploit you to gain something for themselves. They will gaslight you. They will tell lies. They'll accuse others when they feel challenged or when they are abandoned. When you challenge a narcissist, they will lash out. If you challenge a narcissist, they will get angry. Narcissists do not like weaknesses. They don't like the weaknesses in themselves. So if you challenge them, it's like you are highlighting the weaknesses that they have. It's like you're questioning what they're saying. So they will lash out at you. They will try to shame you, to guilt trip you. They'll try to intimidate you, to silence you. So the other thing about narcissists, they don't want to hear you. They don't want to understand your perspective. They don't take responsibility for their part in an issue or a conflict. They will not try to compromise. They feel good when there are arguments. That makes them feel in control. Narcissists believe they're never wrong. So don't expect narcissists to apologize. When you're having a discussion with a narcissist, a conversation with them, they'll be the ones talking and you'll be the one listening. Your feelings will not be understood by a narcissist, or they'll treat you with indifference. Narcissists are not empathetic. If you criticize the narcissist, they will treat you with silence. You'll get the silent treatment. Narcissists are easily humiliated. And once they're humiliated, they will plan to revenge. You'll always feel invisible when you are with a narcissist. You'll feel alone because the narcissist wants to be the center of attention. They want constant admiration. Narcissists, if you want to identify them, look at their social media profiles. You'll realize that the narcissist is focused on themselves too much, on their status. They use the social media to reinforce their position. They have lots of friends. They have a large network. And this gives them and makes them feel that they are more important than others. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you'll start feeling exploited. You'll feel unloved. Narcissists are impulsive and very impatient. They are unable to wait for what they want. With narcissists, their demands will be seen as grandiose by others because they have this natural feeling of entitlement. Sometimes narcissists will be very generous, but only to feed their ego. Sometimes they can be very generous with others, but only for their own selfish reasons. It's only for them, for that generosity is for the narcissist to feed their ego and to enlarge their sense of importance. A narcissist might treat their new friends to expensive dinners to impress them. So, when you talk about a narcissist, you'll realize that there's this thing of grandiose, attention-seeking, arrogance, which will be so clear. Remember, narcissism is on a spectrum. There are people who have traits of narcissism, but they don't necessarily qualify to be narcissistic, to have narcissistic personality disorder. I mean, narcissistic personality disorder mainly refers to those on the higher spectrum of the narcissism. So when dealing with a narcissist, someone who is high on the spectrum of narcissism, you'll go through abusive behavior. Because narcissists, generally, they're abusive and cruel people. You'll realize that narcissists love this self-referencing. That means they will always keep conversation on themselves. They'll always find a story that puts them in the center of discussion. They must make sure that you are discussing them, you are talking about them. Now, a narcissist has this sense of entitlement. They believe they are superior to others and they deserve special treatment. They believe that others should be obedient to their wishes and that the rules don't apply to them. Narcissists have this manipulative behavior. They have this controlling behavior. They'll try to please you and impress you, but eventually their own needs will always come first. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, know that they'll try to keep people at a distance in order to maintain control. They may even exploit others to gain something for themselves. Narcissists need constant admiration. They have this, they need constant praise. They need to feel validation from others, and they will often brag and exaggerate their accomplishments for recognition. Narcissists like to feel appreciated to boost their ego. Narcissist is unwilling or is unable to empathize with the needs, the wants, the feelings of other people. And that's why we say that narcissists lack empathy. And this makes it very difficult for them to take responsibility for their own behavior. And they are arrogant people because they see themselves as superior to others. That way, sometimes they become rude or abusive when they don't receive the treatment they think they deserve. They think they are more superior than others. So they act or speak rudely towards those they think are inferior. So narcissists have this sense of self-importance. They exaggerate their achievements and talents. They have this preoccupation with fantasies of success, of power, or brilliance. They have this belief that they are more special or unique than others and should only associate with other high-status people. They envy others, and they have this belief that others are envious of them. They insist that they have the best of everything. They feel that they deserve privileges and special treatment. Narcissists crave attention and they need to feel important. They will do whatever it takes to ensure they receive attention. And this is what we call narcissistic supply. So, narcissists, they're consistently hot and cold. You'll feel like you're walking on eggshells with a narcissist. Sometimes they're warm and loving, then sometimes they're cold, withdrawn, and cruel. So if you're dealing with a narcissist, you never know what personality you will get. Listen to fantasies of success when you're dealing with a narcissist. It's okay, people have to dream big. People dream of being successful. But narcissists will always dream and think of success. They will always talk about unlimited success, unlimited power, beauty, or any other signal of greatness. Now, this is what the narcissist targets: personal greatness. Even if they've not done anything to deserve that, that is what they dream of. They have that fantasy. And in most cases, these fantasies will be unattainable, and it will make them lash out at people who suggest that they are not going to achieve this success, or their fantasies are not possible. Narcissists, again, they are intense. They can be very charming, and they can be your biggest fan in the beginning. They'll flatter you. They will love bomb you. They will shower you with attention, with affection. They'll give you gifts. They'll pursue you intensely. Once the narcissist feels they've won you over, they start devaluing you. Then they will discard you. With narcissists, they're never wrong. And if they say sorry, just know that apology is a fake one. They're just manipulating you. Because narcissists will never admit fault. They'll never admit wrongdoing, even if they've hurt you. If they hurt you, they will blame shift. That means they will put all the blame on you when they're the ones who did something wrong. They'll gaslight you. They'll make you doubt your reality. They'll say things like, that never happened. It's all in your head. You're being too sensitive. It was just a joke. Such kind of things. So if a narcissist apologizes, it is only because they are interested in getting something from you. But once they get what they want from you, they revert to their bad behavior, and they will never change. So when dealing with a narcissist, listen for name dropping, because narcissists will want to show how successful or powerful they are. So they might make references to other famous or important people they know as proof of this. So when you are dealing with a narcissist, listen for referrals. They'll mention notable people just to show how smart or talented they are. Remember, narcissists, they feel no guilt at putting their needs first. That is who they are. They will exploit and manipulate everybody for their own means, for their own needs. And they have no concept of physical and emotional boundaries. Narcissists are very selfish. They are very self-absorbed. That is, they make everything about themselves. Narcissists believe they're better than others. They think they deserve special treatment. They'll put you or others down. For instance, they might say you're stupid. They might tell you nobody else will ever want to be with you. So when dealing with a narcissist, they will regularly accuse you or accuse others of lying, of cheating, or of being out to get them. The narcissist expects you to be perfect. And they'll get angry with you if you make a mistake or if you do not live up to their high standards. They will look down on people they perceive as being beneath them. Narcissists will many times make fun of people who are not as wealthy or educated as they are. The narcissists will constantly seek approval from others because they need to be the center of attention. They have difficulty understanding or sharing the feelings of others. They can't understand why are you upset or why somebody else might be upset. Narcissists, they don't take responsibility for their actions. They don't apologize when they make a mistake or when they hurt you. They feel the need to control everything and everyone around them. They are unable to get close to you or others emotionally because they lack empathy. For a narcissist to say I love you, it's very difficult. For them to express emotions, it's very difficult. They never say I love you. It's not easy. So, narcissists have this inflated sense of superiority. They believe they are unique, they are special, and that they deserve special treatment. And it's not only that they want the recognition that they're special, they need it because this exaggerated self-image protects their very fragile and empty sense of self beneath it. Anything the narcissist finds threatening to their sense of self will be met with defensiveness or even rage. To the narcissist, they see the social world as a hierarchy and that they are always at the top. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you realize that they talk about themselves incessantly. They will keep talking about themselves at the expense of making room for others. And narcissists generally, they tend to be poor listeners. It's very easy to feel invisible around narcissists because a relationship with them is one-sided. They like to show their superiority by treating those they see as weak or inferior with disdain. They look down upon them. A narcissist will find a way to hint or outright say how he or she doesn't have problems like others because of something they do better. Sometimes narcissists will even find pleasure in other people's discomfort because it reinforces their own sense of superiority. And because these troubles don't affect them, narcissists will avoid taking responsibility. If things don't go according to plan, they blame someone or something else. They don't think twice about how their action affects others because they lack empathy. They have not developed this ability to identify with the feelings of others. So they see and view people in their lives as objects to fulfill their own needs. They only see their own perspective. Again, narcissists have a hard time with boundaries. They lack empathy. So they find themselves crossing other people's boundaries regularly. So narcissists, they will test you early and many times to know how to deal with you. They'll test you to know how they can break your boundaries. They'll test you to know and see what they can get away with. They'll boss you around. With a narcissist, they will promise a lot, but they will deliver very little, sometimes to nothing. The narcissists, they don't care more about their image. They only care about their image, and they don't care about anything else. And that's why you find that a narcissist is so nice, is so kind, is so good to everyone else, to strangers, but not their own family. They will not believe you. Sometimes the narcissist will be like a pillar of the community because they care so much about their image than anything else. So if you start telling people that you are in a relationship with a bad person, that is the narcissist. If you tell people that you married maybe a monster, they will laugh at you because to them, the narcissist is everything. He's a good person. Because they are very good at being nice to strangers and other people, but not to their closest people. If you say the narcissist is bad, they will tell you how the narcissist is helping them, how the narcissist is contributing to the community, how the narcissist is doing favors for people. So the narcissist will control others in their family. They'll control others in that family. They need to protect their ego and they need to be right. That is what the narcissist has to do. So that means they'll want to win at any cost, even if it is detrimental to themselves. So, when you're dealing with a narcissist, expect even legal issues to be longer than necessary and more dramatic. Because the narcissist does not want a win-win situation. They want to win and they want you to lose. They will want to starve you out so that you run out of money and settle on their terms. That's how narcissists are. Narcissists will treat different people differently. Now, with the narcissists, they will demand praise. They need constant attention. They need constant admiration to fuel their self-esteem. And one sign that you're dealing with a narcissist is that narcissist has this pattern of seeking out praise and admiration. Their conversations are surface level. And that's a very good indicator that you're dealing with a narcissist. And when you're having a conversation with a narcissist, it centers around the narcissist's achievements. Don't expect a narcissist to ask you questions or take an interest in you unless it helps them meet their needs or goals. Narcissists will rarely show remorse. They don't apologize. They don't show remorse. Because to the narcissist, showing remorse means that their imperfections, their faults have been exposed. And this will compromise their grandiose sense of self. Narcissists want and they'll maintain power. They put themselves first. They demand perfection in anything they do. They expect all events to run as planned. Their perfectionism is seen in their constant complaints because they'll feel unsatisfied with what is happening everywhere. Narcissists will not allow others to be on top of what they do. They want to be the ones at the top of the hierarchy in any situation. The narcissist feels that they are the best. They feel that they are always right. They feel that they are most competent. They feel that everyone is under their control. They feel that they have this right to manipulate other people that they think they deem inferior. Narcissists will not allow others to be on top of what they do. Narcissists, they lack these ethical boundaries on what they should or not do. They don't have clear view of things that they should not touch or do. They feel that they have won everything. They think that all people want and think as they do. And that's why the narcissist feels intimidated when someone rejects or says no to them. They have no empathy. They are fond of manipulation and they want to take control of everything they do. The narcissist demands more attention and praise from others. They are anxious and they fear being turned down or getting rejected. They always want to preserve their self-image. They want to be seen as all-knowing. They talk too much about themselves. They tend to talk a lot, so much about themselves. They are very confident, too confident, sometimes that it makes people around them uneasy. Narcissists are not good to be with. They don't function like normal people. That is the first thing you should understand about them, because they lack empathy. And when you talk, and especially in a romantic relationship, they always want to control things. And they want and they need permanent sources of narcissistic supply. A narcissist's goal is to make you so dependent on them that it will become almost impossible for you to live. So, the narcissist will take you through the 4 stages of narcissistic abuse cycle over and over and over again. They'll take you through idealizing, the devaluing, the discard, and the hoover stage. They will manipulate you using many strategies such as gaslighting, future faking, stonewalling, triangulation, minimizing, drama, conflict and chaos, lying, and many more manipulative tactics. So if you're dealing with a narcissist, you realize that you're always very tired. You're always unwell. You find yourself unable to remember simple things. You feel like you're permanently surrounded by drama. The narcissists, they'll overreact to criticism. Then they can criticize you. They can say whatever they want, even if they're insulting you. But when you say something critical about the narcissist, they'll overreact, because they have inflated view of themselves and they believe that they are superior to others. They are extremely self-centered. They put themselves first in everything they do, and this can make them challenging to deal with. They constantly need admiration, attention, praise, recognition from others. Nobody likes receiving criticism, but with a narcissist, it's on another level. They're very controlling, domineering. They are manipulators, master manipulators, and they'll never change. The narcissists have this false self. This is about the narcissists thinking or feeling that there is a separate imaginary self that is there to deal with challenges of life. And it is based on that idealized image that is different from the true version of what life is all about. But generally, narcissists lack empathy, and they may not show emotions. They may not understand what others are feeling. And that's why it's very tough for narcissists to build relationships or to get support from others. They have this grandiose sense of self. They feel they need to be the best at everything. They may have high expectations for themselves. They feel that they must always be in control. They feel entitled to everything. They believe they are never wrong. They think they can do no wrong. No matter how big or small the issue is, they will never admit that they are wrong. So, if you're dealing with a narcissist, you'll find yourself exhausted because you constantly have to defend yourself and your point of view. In fact, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you start doubting yourself and your sanity. And they are always the center of attention. They need to be the center of attention. They will do anything to make sure that all eyes are on them. They need constant validation. They need constant validation from those around them. That's the only way they feel good about themselves. They need compliments. And they need to make you feel like you're lucky to be with them. If you deny attention to the narcissist, then they will drop you. They will discard you. They'll find someone who will give them that attention they need. Again, narcissists will always put themselves first. Now, the narcissist will physically or sexually abuse. They will intimidate you. Every opportunity they get, they will talk about themselves or they want praise. They need to believe that everything in their relationship will benefit them. So, how do you deal with a narcissist? What to do if you're dealing with a narcissist? So, if you've seen all these signs in someone that you're in a relationship with, clearly you're dealing with a narcissist. So, the best thing to do in this situation is to create distance between yourself and that narcissist. That is a very good, excellent way of healing, of starting the healing journey. So remind yourself that you deserve better if you realize you're dealing with a narcissist. Strengthen your relationships with supportive, empathetic friends. Try to build a support network with friends and family who can help remind you what reality is. Then, if you're dealing with a narcissist, avoid arguing with them, because it helps them strengthen control over you. Try to encourage your partner to talk with a therapist. You can also see a therapist yourself. If you are in a relationship with a narcissist, try to educate yourself. Get a lot of education about narcissism. Create boundaries. Put boundaries. It might upset or disappoint the narcissist, but that's okay. Speak up for yourself. Be clear and be concise. Remember, narcissists don't take criticism well. So, try to make comments in careful, positive ways. Again, try to be calm, cool, and collected. Don't react if the narcissist tries to pick a fight or tries to gaslight you. If they try to lash out at you, remember to be calm. Then make sure you create a support system. Because living with a narcissist can lead to feelings of insecurity, to feelings of confusion, feelings of self-doubt. So make sure you have a group of people in your life who can support you. You can also see a counselor. Remember, therapy might not cure your partner's narcissism, but it can help you work certain things out. Because a counselor can show you ways to approach problem solving with the narcissist. So avoid arguments with the narcissist. Don't confront that narcissist. Don't confront them directly. Narcissists always love to be in control, and they fear losing that control. They don't like to admit when they're wrong or that they're unlovable. So don't expect deep, meaningful communication with the narcissist, because they have very little empathy. Don't try to make the narcissist see how their behavior is affecting you. Because narcissists don't change. They hardly change. So to deal with these narcissists, try to seek professional help. Seek support. Seek support from friends or family before it is too late. Then also try to distract yourself. Clearly know that narcissists are master manipulators. They are masters at manipulating people into doing what they want. So if you feel overwhelmed or trapped by the narcissist's behavior, try to distract yourself from the situation by focusing on something else for a while. Take time for yourself. Take some time for yourself and relax. And never forget that narcissists lack empathy. They have no empathy for others, and they'll never care about how you feel. They'll never care about your well-being. And remember, narcissists are very dangerous people also, because they believe that they should control your life, that they have authority in their lives alone, and that they can make all decisions. And that's why narcissists will always they'll always humiliate others, belittle others. So, when dealing with a narcissist, just know that narcissists are not people that you can easily trust. When dealing with them, always be a little bit careful, because they will lie, they will manipulate, and they will steal to get their way. And again, narcissists are highly self-centered and selfish. They don't care about you, they don't care about others. Narcissists only care about themselves. Now, to conclude things, I'll quickly summarize what the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual says about narcissism. According to the DSM-5, a person must meet at least 5 of 9 criteria to be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. Number 1 is grandiosity, whereby the narcissist expects special treatment from others despite how poorly they treat others. When you talk about grandiosity, it's about having an inflated sense of self, an inflated sense of, achievements and talents, exaggerating them or lying about them. Number 2 criteria is narcissists are preoccupied with fantasies of success, power, beauty, and attractiveness. Number 3, narcissists operate upon the belief that they are unique and superior, and that they should only be associated with other high status people and institutions. Number 4, narcissists are exploitative of their relationships, and they take advantage of others for personal gain. Number 5, narcissists have this excessive need for admiration from others. Number 6, narcissists have no empathy for the hurt that they have caused others, and this results in continued and repeat behaviors for the purpose of continuing to hold on to their victims. So in short, narcissists are unwilling to empathize and identify with the wants and needs for other people, needs of other people. Number 7, narcissists are entitled, and they expect that others will treat them specially, and they have these unreasonable expectations of how others should treat them. Number 8, narcissists are envious of others, and they believe that people are envious of them. And finally, number 9, narcissists are arrogant, they are demeaning, and they belittle others through verbal abuse and even through mental manipulation. So there you have it about narcissists. If you love this video, please say it in the comment section below. Like this video, share it widely to all those who may need it. If someone needs to understand what narcissism is all about, share this video with them. All right, let's build each other up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Please subscribe. Thank you. God bless you. Catch you later in the next video.